All right, what's up, guys? It's Dr. West here. Hey, listen, I'm actually live and recording this video at the same time. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to take a few moments here and go over like some of the top questions I get in government contracting. So if you're thinking about getting started in government contracting, you want to make 6 and 7 figures a year from home using the middleman strategy, I want to cover maybe the top 5 questions I get. Number one question I get all the time is, do I need a business? Or how do I set up a business? So I'm gonna let you guys know this. When it comes to making 6 and 7 figures a year in government contracting, guess what? The free government website is sam.gov, sam.gov, sam.gov. But when you go to that free website, you will need to put a business on that website. Now, can your business be a sole prop, meaning like just your own social or sole proprietorship? Yes, it can. Can it be an LLC? It sure can. Can it be an S Corp? It sure can. Can it be a C Corp? It sure can. To get started in government contracting, guys, you're going to need to start a business, okay? We have some resources below. If you're watching this video, we probably have a link to like Inkfile or Busy to help you get your LLC started up. But you are going to need to start a business, okay? So that's number one question I get all the time, Another question I got here in the chat, are we provided a list of government contracts that are worthy of doing? You got to clarify that question. So the question here is, are we provided a list of government contracts worthy of doing? Clarify that question for me. But I would say like this, the beautiful thing about government contracting is, yes, it's free. You can go over to sam.gov. You can go into the website for free. You don't have to even log in. And if you look right now, I know last time I checked, if I looked right now live, last time I checked, the government's posting anywhere between 40,000 opportunities a day and about 100,000 a day. So 40,000 to 100,000 brand new opportunities are posted per day. Now that's a great person. The person said, how do you know which ones to go after? Okay, that leads to another question. So the next question is, well, Wesley, how do we know what opportunities to go after? Put me in the chat. If you're watching this replay, in the comments, put, that's my question. Whenever you hear your question, put, that's my question in the chat. If your question is, how do we know which opportunities to go after? Wesley, you said there's like 40,000 to 100,000 opportunities posted today. How do we know which ones to go after? Well, that's my question. I'll tell you this, I teach the middleman strategy, right? And what that means is, as a middleman, technically, we can go after everything. Technically, right? Now, there are some clauses out there. There are some opportunities that will come up and they won't allow you to middleman. But technically, you can do it all. You can do landscaping. You can do janitorial. You can do chimney cleaning. You can do first aid kits. You can do lifeguards. You can do horse training. You can do steel, you can do products, you can do services. And I know that kind of scares you guys, but you should be excited. The good news is you can do it all. You don't have to pick a niche. Nothing wrong with people who want to go down that road of picking a niche. I'm gonna tell you guys my story. My first government contract was for Catholic services in the federal prison in California, and I live in Ohio and I'm not Catholic. My next one was for chimney cleaning in Las Vegas. I live in Ohio and I'm not a chimney cleaner. My next one was for landscaping in Oregon, or was it Washington State? I believe it was Washington State, that I still have to this day. Some of these contracts are 5-year contracts that I still have to this day, but it was for landscaping. It's going on right now as I'm recording this video, because I'm recording this video in the summertime. The grass is being cut right now in the state of Washington that I charge the government $2,700 a month, and my sub is about $1,980 a month. So I profit about $700 to $800 a month from that contract, from that grass being cut. And the thing I want you guys to know is I don't cut the grass. Like, I don't have a landscaping contract, but I don't have a landscaping company, but I have a landscaping contract. Again, we'll keep going. Chimney cleaning, I said that. HVAC cleaning, small scale construction, dry cleaning. These are all examples of contracts that I won. And I'm here to tell you guys, the reason I tell you about these contracts is not about like, I'm not telling you like, go after that. I'm not saying, well, go for HVAC. I'm not saying we'll go for small scale construction. We'll go for chimney cleaning. Go for Catholic services. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, the answer to your question is, you can go after it all. You can go after it all, right? So hope you guys are enjoying that. Any other questions in the chat, you guys drop them here live. I'm also recording this live, so any questions in the chat. So 1, LLC. 2 was going after your opportunities. So number 3, I'm gonna say is, what is a cage code, or how do we get a cage code? You guys might have seen some of my content. I'm saying, hey, this person got their cage code in a week. Hey, this person got their cage code in 2 weeks. Hey, this person got their cage code. Congratulations. Like, if you got a cage code, put a 3 in the chat. If you don't know what a cage code is, the cage code is like the final quote unquote social security number. It's not really a social, but it's kind of like a social security number for your business that you will get from sam.gov. And what that cage code means, you can be paid money from the government. The government can direct deposit money into your bank account only after you have the cage code. And drum roll, please, how much does the cage code cost? The cage code is free, y'all. The cage code is free. It doesn't cost you anything. Someone say here, back to question number 1, if I have a sole proprietorship, do I need to change it to an LLC for the future, and why? The answer is no, you don't have to do anything. It's up to you. I would, because I've heard there's tax benefits to having an LLC and a little bit of protection that comes with an LLC. I'm not a tax professional, nor do I play one on TV, but I highly recommend you use an LLC. All right, let's go to number 4. Number 4, so we talked about the cage code. Let's see here. Is the middleman style illegal? Dun, dun, dun. Wesley, I heard being a middleman is illegal. How do I obtain the cage code? sam.gov. How often does the government pay out? Every 30 days. Amount of time it takes to get these contracts have been told it takes years. Yes, it can take years, but I got a cheat code for you. Okay, so let me do this, guys. One thing, I'm gonna talk about the middleman strategy, and I'm gonna wrap this video up. So the middleman strategy is a strategy of doing government contracting, right? You got a strategy of one being a prime that does the work. That means you have a company, you do the physical work, you have employees, blah, 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 blah. That's one way of doing it. You also have a way of doing government contracting called being a consultant. A consultant is not a middleman. A consultant is someone that goes to a Fortune 500 company or a big company and says, hey, listen, I'm really good at winning government contracts. I'm gonna win your company a 7-figure contract, and I just want a few percent of it. I don't want to touch it. I don't want to be a part of it. The contract won't be mine. Everything will be in your name. I have nothing to do with the contract. All I did was go win it for you. Now you fulfill it and you take care of all management, all everything. That's a consultant. That sounds pretty sexy, right? Anybody here want to be a consultant? That sounds pretty sexy, right? However, you can't really start at being a consultant if you don't know how to win a contract, guys. When I was growing up, I knew some guys who were very high paid consultants. Like I actually, one of my best friends, he told me his uncle went out to his house, this big, huge mansion, cars, all that. I was just like, what does he do? He was like, oh, he's a consultant. What does he consult? Like, what does that mean? Like, I get it now, but at the time when I was younger, I was like, what does consultant mean? Like, he just tells people about stuff and they pay him money? Like, I don't get it. But now I do get it. If you want to be a high paid consultant, you need to actually know how to win contracts. So you can't really start there as a consultant. So the last thing is the middleman. So we got consultant, we got prime doing the work. Now we got the person in the middle. The middleman is the best of both worlds because one, we're a prime. We win the contract. It's our responsibility. And I'm gonna tell you guys why the middleman strategy is legal, because guess what? As the prime, you won the contract. It's your responsibility. If something goes wrong, if something happens, if it doesn't get fulfilled, guess what? It's your responsibility, not the sub. If you were to put that on the sub, then yeah, you're doing the middleman strategy wrong. But as long as you take over responsibility, administration, organization, billing, invoicing, and you run that contract and you do all the value added services to that contract, then you can be a middleman. But here's the best of both worlds. As a middleman, we sub out the physical work. I'll say that again. We sub out the physical work. That's it. Not the administrative work. We'll take care of that from our house, but we sub out the physical work, okay? So guys, those are the top questions I get in government contracting. I'm gonna do one bonus question here. Oh, this is a great question, because someone said in the chat, amount of time it takes to get these contracts, I've been told it takes years. The reason I said you're correct, the average company takes 2 to 3 years to win their first contract. Now, that's only if you're average. You can be above average by investing in yourself. I invested in myself. I invested in my mentor, Jason White, when I first got started. I won my first government contract in 30 days. I have hundreds of students who've won contracts in less than 3 months, less than 6 months. So even though the government contracting space can take you years to win a government contract, when you invest in yourself and you invest in coaching and you invest in people that can help you support you, you can go faster. So with that being said, if you're interested in getting some support in our program, I highly suggest that you go to www.thecontractingblueprint.com and you book a phone call with me and my team, and we can walk you through our program, okay?